What's good, everybody? Corbino here, and we got ourselves a Thank God It's Wednesday. Let's get started. We got Miles Morales Spider-Man number one. We got a new beginning here, new team and everything. It recaps his origin, kind of, but it also changes it up a little bit. I'm guessing because he's not in the Ultimate Universe anymore, and, you know, that's confusing and shit. He's got a new roommate named Jude, but I'm confused because Goldballs was still his roommate and friend in one of the more recent issues of Champions. But now this guy named Jude, and I feel like I've seen him before, but I don't know 100%. Anyways, this guy named Jude is now his roommate, but he doesn't know he's Spider-Man like Goldballs and Genki did. Now, he's talking to some girl named Barbara, but I thought he had a thing going on with, what's her face, the superhero girl, whatever her name is, with the pink and black, and he, you know, the whole thing with, she was there at the end of his last story arc with the Sinister Six. Her mom was on the team. Anyways, now he's got a thing with some girl named Barbara. I don't know. Basically, getting back to basics, he's trying to stop, like, a robbery or something, and he thinks Rhino's in charge of this, so they fight, but then they find out they're actually both there for the same reason. They're trying to not really stop this robbery, but see what's going on with this robbery, because they're the people that took Barbara's little brother or cousin or something, and Rhino, it's his girlfriend's or his ex-girlfriend's niece or something, has also been kidnapped, and they pull off the mask of one of the people, and it's Barbara's brother or girlfriend, whatever it is, and he like electrocutes Miles, and that's the end of that. Anyways, I'm glad because Miles' series has been over since May, I think. So I'm always down for Miles comics. I'm always down for Miles, and so it's good to see him back. But I got a lot of questions, very confused with timeline and whatnot. But either way, I love me some Miles. We got his Exiles number 11. It's the Exiles versus Kamala Khan and her Exiles team, which has somebody for everybody to fight. Who do we have? We had Kang, we had this giant mutant Steve Rogers, we had Killmonger, but this Killmonger was Shuri, we had an X-23, and we had a skeleton Thor, I think that was everyone, and, you know, someone for everyone to fight. And they're like, Kamala, what happened? She's like, if this is gonna save my world and my child, then, and my Bruno or whatever, sorry guys, I'm gonna kill you guys even though you guys are my teammates. And at the end of the day, they defeat them, but it was a nice fight, and it was nice to see everyone back and forth. And they were like, hey yo, you know what, we gotta fight people that aren't ours, you know how that always goes. Anyways, they find out that they were trying to take them to the moon, and they're like, alright guys, we gotta get there, and they gotta get there because the Watchers are doing some shit, and so we'll see. Next we're gonna talk about is Sideways number 11. Now, the female dog that killed Derek's mom has hired this guy named Bolt. I don't know, maybe he's a villain somewhere else in the DC universe. Anyways, hired this guy named Bolt to get Derek, and so Derek's been kidnapped, and now she's telling him everything, and he's like, you killed my mom, da 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 da, why would you do that? And she's like, I've been watching you since the beginning, and shows footage of her watching him in the hospital room and shit, and things are just not going well for him. And Ernie's on the sidelines. I just gotta love him and Ernie, and I love them. But yeah, Derek's been kidnapped by the villain, and now things are not going well. Next we got his Go-Go Power Rangers number 15. Jason and Trini are still in the other universe where Rita is. Rita is on the hunt with her daughter, or whatever she is, for the Green Ranger stuff, and they find the Green Dagger, or the Dragon Dagger and the Dragon Power Coin, and it's just like a dead skeleton body with dust and cobwebs all over it. What else happens? Kim goes on a date with Skull and actually really enjoys it, but she tries to make a move, and he's not having it because he's like, I'm not going to just be a rebound for Matt, but I did have a really great time. And Trini and Jason, they're having a lot of problems with everything that's been going on recently and currently, and their minds are sort of mushed together, and they end up kissing, and I'm still just not shipping it, but, you know, whatever. Next we got is X-23 number 7. The girls are being like detectives basically, and because they're being detectives because this case is similar to things they've done in the past, so it might, people are framing them maybe, and they find out that it's another clone of them, but they're like all cyborg, roboted out. They got like all these robot parts like all over the bodies. The only human part that you can see, at least, maybe it's a costume, but is the face, and it looks like them. And they take her to Beast to, you know, get some answers, and people find them and they come after them, and Gabby's like, we gotta save her, Laura, we gotta save her, and Laura's not really feeling it, but we'll see if they save her. Next we got is West Coast Avengers number 6. The team has been kidnapped by Madame Mask and some other people, and they got them above a tank of sharks. They all break out, find out that these sharks are the land sharks with the legs from like the first issue of West Coast, and so they're like, crap. Kate's with her mom escaping, and her mom's like, let's go, we gotta get out of here. And I still don't really know what the deal is with her mom, but Kate's like, nope, I'm going back in. You can stay out here, that's wonderful, but I gotta go save my team. So she goes back in, and the water from the tank of sharks earlier washes down to where Laura's at, and she gets knocked out, and she wakes up, and she's like, well, my weapons are still here, so I must not have been, like, kidnapped. And Marvel Boy is there. I don't know shit about Marvel Boy, but he's here, and I don't know why. Next we got is Champions Annual number 1. This focuses only on Snowguard. Talks about her name and how it's supposed to be a take on Snowbird and Guardian or something like that. People from Alpha Flight. Anyways, really shows a lot more about her powers. She goes home, and so that's cool. Some people are really happy for her. Some people are a little upset that she left them. Anyways, some people are losing their memories back home, and she finds out it's these like spirit memory things that don't want to be forgotten, and if they are forgotten, then, you know, they're gone forever. So they've been stealing people's memories so that they can always be remembered, and she's like, ew, we don't gotta do it this way, that's dangerous. Why don't I just spread the stories of, you know, our ancestors and everything, and keep you guys, your spirits alive? And they're like, okay, yeah, no, that could work. And so that's what they do. They tell the tales. She goes home and tells her team the tales, and this issue's all about her. Also, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Is it Anka? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's A-N-K-A. But I really like Snowguard. She's become one of my favorite characters. Definitely up there in my faves of the Champions. And I can't wait to see what else they do with her. It was a good annual. I kind of wish there would have been more, but still, it was good. Next we got a Scooby Apocalypse number 32. Scrappy comes crashing in through the skylight at the mall, and he's like, yo, we gotta go. Daphne is in danger. Fred has got her. And they're like, well, let's go. And so the team leaves. Fred and Daphne are at some house, and he's trying to have dinner with her, and she's like, you're not Fred. He's like, yes, I am. But I'm better. I got these nanites here. They make me more powerful and amazing, but I'm still your Fred. And I'm like, no, you're not, dude. You're not Fred. I don't know who you are, but you're not Fred. And they come, they save the day, they kill all the monsters besides Fred, they rescue Daphne, and they start driving off, but now Fred's in front of the van, and they're like, run him down, and he's like, no, and he gets down on his knees, and he's like, I surrender. And I'm like, bullshit, no you don't. And they get out of the car, and they don't know what to do with him, they don't know what they're supposed to do, and next thing you know, pow, right in the head, Velma's brother, shit, what's his name? Whatever his name is, along with the mutant version of her brother Rufus show up, and she's like, what are you guys doing here? And they killed Fred. His head's clean off his body, so I don't think he's coming back, but I don't know, he might. But that story just kind of seemed like it was rushed. I really wanted to see more with the whole Fred coming back to life thing. I don't know, I don't know, I wanted to see more, but Daphne rushes to his dead body. The team's very shocked, and now Rufus, Mutant Rufus, and her brother. So 2 of her 4 brothers are here, and fudge. Just fudge. And Daisy, what you gonna think about Mutant Rufus being here? Next we got is X-Men Red number 11. This is the final issue. Makes me mad because they had enough issues to have every member on every cover. The only member they never had on a cover was Gabby. Until now. But it's not... like, they each got their own solo covers, and that's what I like. But, oh well. They all got their Magneto helmets. They're with the Avengers and other heroes. Namor and the Atlanteans. And they're gonna take down Cassandra Nova once and for all. And what they do is they put, like... They get inside her head and they, like, unlock some shit. And they give her empathy. She's never had empathy, apparently. And so now she's like, yo, what the fuck have I been doing? Mutants are people too. And that's it. That's all they needed to do. This bitch been fucking with us forever, it seems like. At least since the beginning of X-Men Gold, but probably longer. And she just... They just had to put some empathy in her. Anyways, the issue ends, and Jean Grey is in front of, like, United Nations. She's got Cap, the rest of the X-Men, other Avengers, other heroes standing side by side, and she's like, we're gonna live together in peace and harmony. We're not doing violence, but guess what? It's not gonna be us and you, mutants and humans. It's just us, one people, and I like that a lot. I mean, I'm always for the equality thing, and that's why I love the X-Men. So, yes. Next we got is Weapon X number 27. Not sure if this is the finale, because at the end of it, it says end. And I don't know if it means the end of Weapon X for now, or just the finale of this arc. Either way, they defeat, freaking fucking Kelly, or, either way, I'm pretty sure it's Kelly. Father, God, they have so many human villains that I can't keep them straight anymore. I really can't. Oh my lord. Anyways, they win the day. Sabretooth gets his son out of hell. The team's all good and dandy, but Victor has to stay in hell. But Mephisto, or Satan, whoever the hell, lets him out back into the, real world. But Victor doesn't have, like, any of his memories. It seems like he's just back to, like, feral Victor, like, monster now. And, so that's a little... I don't know what's happening there, but he lets him free into the forest, and Victor just runs off into the forest like an animal. It's a good ending to Weapon X if this is the end, because none of the original team, the only original team members that are still around are, Domino and Lady Deathstrike, because Sabretooth is... lost his memory. Old Man Logan, is he dead yet? Because he's been dying. I don't know if he's dead yet. And I don't even think Wolverine's back yet 100%, but he is in other issues. Timeline. Ugh. And James, he's off doing his own thing. And it looks like Domino and James are going to be in the new X-Force book. Whatever. Weapon X was a good run while it lasted, if it is over. And if it is over, it did a decent ending. It had a pretty good ending. And I do want to know what's going to happen to Sabretooth next. But, oh well, we'll find out later. Next we got is Oblivion Song number 10. As we saw at the last issue, Ed was an idiot and recreated the events from a decade ago. And, bringing Oblivion here and us there. Messed everything up. People's lives are in danger. We got cops and army trying to save the day. Ed and Nathan are fighting, but they're also fighting off the monsters. And Ed gets bit, like in his arm, and falls over. I don't know if that's going to be dangerous, if something bad will happen since he just got bit. I don't know. But Nathan's girlfriend is like, holy crap, what did they do? And the general dude, like, shows up and is like, yo, I'm going to make you two rot for what you did. And, like, yeah, I understand, but it's really Ed's fault in a way. I don't know. I don't really like Ed as much as I thought I did. He's doing some stupid shit. But yeah, the world is fucked up again. Yay. Go Ed. Next issues we got our Christmas specials. Real good Christmas specials. We got Runaways number 16. Team's all down because of what's been going on. And so Nico's like, Christmas spirit or something, you know, cast a spell. And now we got awesome Christmas tree with presents under it, decorations, and the team's having a good old day. Doombot comes over, and they're like, Doombot, you can't really be here because we're not allowed to leave and shit. And he's like, hey, I'll help destroy the world with you, Victor. And they're like, oh, no, that's not what I want. Victor gets a body again, but it's like it looks like a metal skeleton, really. Him and Gert are talking about how they're gonna send her back to the moment she dies, so that, you know, she can grow up and live her life properly. I'm not sure how that's gonna affect the timeline. The whole team's having dinner along with Doombot, and they look at the end of the table and there's an empty chair, and they're like, Chase is like, I'll get him. And he goes and gets Chase, and he invites Gib, the guard that they have there, and they're all eating dinner together, having a decent time. And then they all start, well, Gib doesn't come, but they start fighting over the plan. Alex is like, alright, we gotta have a plan. Nico's like, no. And Carolina's like, yeah. She's like, no. And they're all like, and they're like, we gotta have a plan. We're not killers. Gert's like, yeah, we are. And they're like, enough, and they're trying to figure out what they gotta do. And so they're like, you know what, let's go open Christmas presents. And all the gifts are fucking socks. Way to go, Nico. I mean, I guess it's cool, because, you know, they're homeless kids, but damn, Nico. That's what it comes in your Christmas spell. They all open up socks, and Gib even comes over and opens up a giant pair of socks. They're like, wait, there's one more. Who's that for? And it's for Gib. And, I mean, it was a nice issue, getting to see everyone get along, even Alex, I mean, kind of get along, but they ended up all just fighting and trying to figure out what they need to do, but it was still nice. We got TMNT number 89. I think they have a Christmas special every year, I'm pretty sure. Now, this one is a take on the Christmas Carol. I wasn't sure how I was feeling about it at the beginning. Shredder comes as Marley. Akka is the ghost of Christmas past, which makes sense. Toad Baron is Christmas present, 100% makes sense. And Gathano is ghost of Christmas yet to come, 100% makes sense. Like, all of those ghosts made 100% sense. And, you know, he sees his past, he sees his present, and he sees his future. And the future is what really gets him scared, because he sees that his children have taken out a bunch of the Foot Clan, and they go, and the person that they're standing over top of is Splinter, and he's in like a Shredder uniform, and they said, they're like, I can't believe we had to do this, and like, we had to, after what he did to the Mutanimals, and Casey and Jenny after they stopped obeying him, which is like, holy shit, what did he do? But the turtles look badass in their like armor. Anyways, yeah, I mean, Splinter then is like, hey guards, get me my kids, my family, Casey, Jenny, everybody over here now and get these gifts. And he dresses as Santa Claus, and it's all happy days. I mean, I'm glad Splinter's, it looks like he's going to be going back to being a good dude. I mean, he's been on a downward spiral since Shredder died back in like issue 50. So, I mean, I hope he's gonna be good again. Who knows? Don't really know if we can trust them, but I mean, I like that that's kind of the event that made him change his mind, but also, I don't know, I would have preferred something real to happen, not just him to have the whole Christmas dream type stuff. Either way, it was nice. It was nice. Last two issues we're talking about here. First one is Fantastic Four: The Wedding Special. Things getting married at Alicia, you know, let's talk about them together. And then we got Fantastic Four number 5, or the 165th issue. It's a bunch of mini stories in these, and we get the Thing asking Puppet Master for permission because he's her stepfather. We get a little bit of his origin and everything. We get the origin of Ben and Alicia's relationship. We get Ben going on a date with Sue years ago, and her teaching him how to dance. We get Alicia and Ben making clay sculptures of each other. Alicia's was amazing, Ben's was not. We get the bachelor party that Johnny hosts and a bunch of superheroes come. We got the bachelorette party where some green-haired girl is in charge of it, and I don't know who she is. And Mole Woman appears, but Mole Man appears and is like, this is not how you get my love, Mole Woman. And she's like, oh, okay, so he helped save the day. And now on the guy's side at the bachelor party, we get the Serpent Society. But I guess they're all females now? I don't know. But the Serpent Society comes and attacks them. And, you know, at the end of the day, everything's saved. Everyone's had a pretty good day and couple days. Ben keeps talking about how he doesn't want any shenanigans. Reed has been a real shitty best man. And he's like, I'm working on something important, guys. Can't even worry about what you guys are doing. And finally, it's wedding time. He shows up. They get some Ben's Aunt Petunia, which I've heard him talk about, but I've never actually seen her in the comics. They're like, whoa, Franklin, Valeria, you guys grew, or Valerie. Wait, now I'm confused. What is it? Shit. Either way, they're like, you've grown so much. They're like, yeah, I mean, it was 5 years for us. Well, it was just, you know, not very long for you guys. Anyways, time to get married. Everything's going perfect. And then Dr. Doom's big old head appears, and he's like, I'm here to warn you that Galactus is here in Latveria, and I'm taking care of it. And I'm like, then why did you even come here to tell us? Like, why, if you're taking care of it, why'd you come here? And Ben's like, well, shit, there goes my wedding. And Reed's like, no, au contraire, mademoiselle. And he's like, actually, it's what I've been working on. This thing's gonna pause this minute and let it last for as long as we'd like. And that's what he does, and the minute lasts forever, and they get to have their wedding, and Alicia's like, and he's like, well, honey, I gotta go now because, you know, it's clobbering time. We gotta go save the day. And she's like, do me a favor. And he's like, what? And she goes, clobber him. And he's like, you heard him, guys. We're gonna go kick some booty and whatnot. And they're going to Latveria to, I don't know, fight Galactus or Doom or something. I don't know. But they're married after 650 issues of Fantastic Four. And other spin-offs and other tie-ins and decades upon decades of them being together. So, yeah, I mean, good for them. Good for Ben and Alicia. Happy for you guys. And that's it for this month's Thank God It's Wednesday. A lot of good reads. A lot of good, happy, good feeling, you know, issues. Probably because a lot of the arcs have been ending and because it's December. It's Christmas time. But, yeah, that's it. And until next time, stay geeky.